This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman and Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Friday, March the 26th. Race number 5 at Santa Anita. Let's throw up the field for the kickoff leg of the 50-cent late pick 4. You can download free formulator past performances for this race. A maiden special at 9 furlongs on the turf on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. And really the distance and the pace, I think, are two very key determining handicapping factors in this race, Mike.
Yeah, they certainly could be. I actually feel like the distance is actually going to help some of these horses. So we'll see if some things change along the way here. You're right, though. The pace, who's going to be on the lead here and who could be compromised by the way the race is run could be key.
I do agree with Timeform US's take. We'll throw up their pace projectors. Still in the game, returned off a summer layoff on Valentine's Day, made an easy pace, finished third. This horse is likely to show speed in here. If Cosmo, the number 4, who seems like a plodding type, can get close to the pace and sit second here, that's a great spot for the Neil Drysdale-trained gelding.
Yeah, that would be a good spot if he can get there. Yeah, I guess the 2 should be on the lead, Dan, based on his last race. He did get an easy lead last time and really couldn't do much with it, but he was off a long layoff there.
The number 1 Astronaut finished ahead of 4 of these common rivals in his first start over the circuit on Valentine's Day. Let's watch that race right now. You're going to see still in the game setting a slow pace on the lead. And Astronaut, for the most part, got a good trip, but here he's in behind horses, and he has to alter course off the rail into the 3-path. He finishes okay. There really wasn't a lot of closing going on. You'll notice that the horse moving into 4th, Cosmo, is really one of the only horses making up significant late ground.
Yeah, this was a pace-dominated race. The 1, 2, 3 finishers were up there all the way, and they weren't going fast. Cosmo tried to rally. Phantom Dance on Easy Street tried to rally from out of it. They were just way up against it in that race. I thought Astronaut ran fine overall, Dan. He's still, lightly raced horse. It feels like a little more distance could work to his advantage in here. He just looks like a horse who makes a lot of sense.
9 to 5 on the morning line, maybe a little light in this field where these horses still are sorting themselves out, but I think he has the tactical speed, and Timeform US agrees to work out a similar pocket trip as last time. Still in the game, we saw on the lead. Understandable, perhaps, that he couldn't last. I mean, it was his first race since July the 26th. He is expected to improve second start off the layoff, but we're getting to the point now, Mike. He's a 5-year-old. He's run 11 times. How much more improvement can we expect?
Right. And now he's got to get more distance as well, Dan, after giving up that relatively easy lead last time. So, there are things that make it hard to like him, especially if he's going to be, a close second or third choice in this race. I mean, I won't be surprised, I guess, if he runs as well as he did last time, or maybe a little better, but I still wouldn't want to bet him.
I think the number 3 Warbird is a sleeper in here as he tackles older horses for the first time. He's only raced once in his career for a very sharp trainer in Mike McCarthy. Didn't break very well, didn't do much running in that race, also didn't have a lot of pace to run at. This barn does very well with second-time starters, and he has a little bit of pedigree.
Yeah, he does. Those really, really strong numbers with second-time starting maidens for McCarthy, a lot of it's on dirt, Dan. But he's got a few turf winners in there as well. This horse just, to me, it looked like he got a tour of the racetrack first time out. He didn't show any speed. They kept him wide all the way around the track. It didn't really look like they tried to do too much with him. And he was no factor in there. I don't know if he's any good at all. Maybe he's not. But he does have a big pedigree. His dam could really run.
The number 4 Cosmo, to me, is a horse that acts like he's really going to appreciate the 1.125 distance. Watching his race 2 starts back off of the layoff on New Year's Eve, they tried to sprint him, and he was just outrun in the early part of that race, and he came with a good run. We saw him finish up last time out. Neil Drysdale does good work third off the layoff, as we see from our formulator fact. Turf routes third off a 4-month layoff or more. He wins 45% with a $4.70 ROI. To me, what's most interesting is they've raced him once on dirt. They found a great spot, a 4-horse field in the 2020 Los Al Derby, but he popped his career best buyer, and they haven't put him back on the dirt.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like this horse is interested in here, Dan, just because of that last race. Again, I don't feel like he had much of a chance at all in there, the way that it was run. They rated him back from the start. They kept him on the outside. I actually thought he ran pretty well. The turf race prior to the layoff, too, at Del Mar, I thought he ran well that day as well, Dan. That was a pretty good field. They got wired. This horse made a little run into that race. I just can get a better trip in here and maybe do a little bit better this time.
August Indy, the number 5 is kind of hard to make, coming out of 2 mixed race events at Los Alamitos. He has tried Calbred maiden sprinters twice in his career, dismissed at 82-1, 106-1 in those starts. He finished ahead of a total of 1 horse.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to make a case for this horse.
What happened to the 6 on Easy Street last time? He comes out of the Astronaut race. He was a tepid favorite in that spot, and he did 0 running at all. If you simply want to make the excuse that Cosmo was pace compromised, you could do the same with On Easy Street. The difference is Cosmo actually ran. On Easy Street did nothing.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it too. I mean, they rode him like they wanted him to be last early in that race, and obviously that was never going to work out. But he still, once he got clear in the stretch, he still didn't come with that much of a kick in there. I mean, I want to be a little bit lenient towards him because that race was not, it did not set up well for his running style. I guess the problem that I had with him, Dan, is even the race 2 back where I thought he did run well. Man, that's a race he was supposed to win, I think. He had all the momentum. He got by the horse on the lead, and he let that horse fight back and beat him.
I was just going to bring that race up. I thought there was no way he could lose turning into the stretch, and it just appeared like he hung. That race was at 1 1/8. Maybe stretching back out another furlong will help him. That race 2 back, though, was disappointing to me. Ivory Sky is the number 7. He's been triple-digit odds or greater in 3 of his 4 turf outings. He ran much better than 122-1 shot 2 starts back, but he also got a pretty good trip in that race, and he has to improve.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He did run, okay in there at a very big price. The winner was 2-5. He really had no chance to beat him. He ran fine, but even a repeat of that effort's not going to get him much in here.
Maybe the 8 Phantom Dance is an alternative if you don't like the horses coming out of the Astronaut race. Trainer Phil D'Amato does very, very well with these horses that have come in from Woodbine in the past. This horse didn't do much running in his first start behind Astronaut, but again, not a lot of pace. First time over the circuit, D'Amato removes blinkers. Again, if you're not fans of the horses that were right there at the wire in the Astronaut race, you could do a lot worse than Phantom Dance.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought long and hard about this horse, and I felt like he was a little interested in here. If nothing else, not that it necessarily means anything, he probably ran a little better than On Easy Street did at a much shorter, with that horse being a much shorter price. But I still ultimately couldn't talk myself into him. I'm not going to be surprised if he runs well here.
And he's double the price of On Easy Street on Friday's morning line. We take a look at our top picks to kick off the 50-cent late pick 4. I think Astronaut's going to work out a good trip in here. I think he'll be right in contention turning for home. If Cosmo, though, gets the trip that Timeform US projects, he's a major danger. He's my second pick, and I'd have to use him. The question is, can he get close to the pace? I wonder if he's more of a plotting type.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of trip he gets. I guess the only knock I had on Astronaut, Dan, who I do think is the horse to be in here, was the price. I don't know how short a price I would want on him, but he's the horse to be in here. I thought Cosmo, coming out of that race, had a chance to do better. I think hopefully this race will shape up a little bit better for him. I just felt like he ran well last time with no real chance.
4-3-1-6 for Mike, 1-4-2-7 for me. Race number 5 at Santa Anita is your Friday DRF race of the day. Best of luck.